Hey guys, DarthRaven2012 here, and in this video here, I'll be giving you some gaming-related news here. So if you guys like this video, I'll do some more in the future. Dislike it if you don't want to see more of this anymore. So anyway, as you guys can see in the title of the video here, GameStop's now requiring fingerprints from their customers that are trading in games in the United States and Philadelphia, which I personally think is absolutely ridiculous. Because personally, I work at GameStop here in Germany for the past 6 years. And we already asked for an ID. That should be good enough, but now over there, they're asking for fingerprints. This is currently only in the United States and Philadelphia, but this might spread depending on how successful this will be or not. So anyway, the reason they're doing this is because in Philadelphia, the local law now requires pawnbrokers to collect fingerprints from people that like to trade in stuff. And GameStop personally just jumped board on this and said, yeah, sure, let's try this out too, even though they're not required to do this. They are doing this on their free own will. Nobody's, like, the law's not forcing them to do that because they're not technically speaking to be considered a pawnbroker. And I personally think this is absolutely ridiculous that we're just going to start treating customers like they're all criminals. Because the past 6 years that I've been working GameStop, I only had free occurrence where people try to trade into me stolen games. The first time was from across the street. Somebody went to Media Markt, stole 2 games from there, and tried to sell it at my store. And I looked at them. I'm like, "Are you serious? The game's still shrink wrapped, and it still had the little tag ID to notify if you leave the store. Usually the alarms would go off. For some reason, it didn't go off in the store you stole it from, but it was still attached on it." And it shouldn't be because we always take this things off before you leave the store. So it was clearly stolen. And he tried to bullshit his way to me, be like, "Nah, I just bought it and they forgot to take it off." I'm like, they don't forget to take that off. They just don't. And then he fucking ran off and left the games there. I'm like, yep, stolen. And then we had other times where somebody stole something from a friend and they came in there and said, "Oh yeah, my friend stole this." And then this other time, his girlfriend was fucking really pissy at him, took his games, just sold it, and now they want it back. I'm like, we do have occasions like that, but in the 6 years, I only had 3 occasions like that, so it's really not that common. It's rare, and now that GameStop in Philadelphia is trying to treat customers like they're all criminals is just totally ridiculous. What's next? We're going to hold them up against the wall, give them a little sign, be like, "All right, can you turn to the left, turn to the right," and then look at the camera and say cheese? And then take some blood too, just to make sure it's that person that we can report later down the road if he actually stole it or not. I mean, I think that's just total overkill. The ID is absolutely fine, and anything more is just absolutely ridiculous. And this law at GameStop needs to vanish. This should not spread any further. This should be done by next month. This should just be taken apart. But anyway, I'll read the news article. It says exactly. According to a news report from CBS Philadelphia, GameStop representative from the area claimed that they simply are following a local law that requires pawnbrokers to collect fingerprints. The process is one that we've recently implemented starting in early July in Philadelphia area stores at the request of the Philadelphia Police Department. A GameStop representative told Kotaku that said Philadelphia City Solicitor Shelley Smith told CBS and GameStop isn't technically considered a pawnbroker and doesn't have to take fingerprints. But it can, and the Philadelphia Police Department seems to appreciate the store's response to its alleged request. So as you guys can hear it right there from me, I'll put the article down in the section. You can read it yourself. They're not forced to do this, but they want to. They want to treat their customers even more like dirt. It's already bad enough that we give them bad trade-in value, but now we're going to treat them all like criminals. Personally, I think this needs to totally vanish. This should not happen at GameStop whatsoever. You're supposed to feel great going to GameStop. You're supposed to be happy trading your games, getting some new games or whatever, and then leave. You're not supposed to go in, be treated like a fucking criminal, and then walk out and be like, "Well, that just happened." But that's just my opinion. Just let me know what you guys think. Type down in the comment section down below. Spread the video if you're that nice or whatever. I really appreciate that. And until next time, peace.